ha mamraonyana mane nene re tla ke re ikopanye jwalo le monghadi Martin Tyler re tsaba ke sebohodi se segolo sa dipapadi mane Sky Sports haholo papading ena bolo re batla re nke re bubisane le yena fela re ke re utlwe maikutlo a hae jwalo ka ha ile mona a tlo ya dipapading tsa mahopo a lefatshe Brazil ke ilo ba sebohodi mono a hasa dipapadi tseo re ke re utlwe hore na ebe re ke re utlwe fela maikutlo a hae hore na e tla ba. Martin, good evening and welcome to our program.
Good evening to you.
Are you done packing your bags?
Yes, I'm leaving in a couple of days. I'm getting there quite near to the opening game, but I'm really looking forward to it. And you've caught me getting my packing ready as the days tick away. So it's exciting. It's my 10th World Cup as a commentator, so I'm very privileged.
Would you say going as far as the quarterfinals will be an achievement?
It's always an achievement for any country to get to the last 8 in the world. It's been the sort of area that England have got stuck at really in the past, and I would think that the players deep down would say that that's a minimum requirement for them. That's what they want to achieve. They have quite a difficult group, but if they can get through the group, I think what England have got is some players who could well develop during the tournament. Some young players. They've got pace. They've got the freshness of youth. They're not really tainted, many of them, by some disappointing performances in other World Cups. So, and they've got a very experienced manager in Roy Hodgson. So, but I do think it's a really open World Cup, and you know, you can make a case for a number of nations, but you can make a case against a number of nations as well. I don't think there are any outright favourites. Obviously, Brazil have a terrific following, but that could be counterproductive. You know, it could put a lot of pressure on the players. I think the whole country, they're not just willing Brazil to win; they expect Brazil to win. So that might be difficult to live up to. And then other South American nations, obviously, history tells you that a South American World Cup is usually won by a South American team. So it's up to the Europeans and the Asians and the Africans and the North Americans to come and try and spoil that record and you know, go perhaps against the odds, really.
Are you personally happy or satisfied about English squad that has been selected for World Cup?
Yes, I don't think there's anybody missing who should be in there. In fact, England are a bit short of backup players, to be honest, should anything untoward happen. They've got 2 games. One of them kicks off in, about 2.5 hours' time. And, you know, that obviously is the biggest risk with all these warm-up games. We've seen quite a lot of countries lose players in the run into the finals, and that's always very sad. But if, you know, if the 23 all get there in one piece for England, yes, I think it's been a very well-received squad selection here.
England's first game is against Italy. How do you see that game?
Well, it's being played in Manaus in the north of the country in tropical conditions, and I think it's even really for Italy, and England have to do a lot of work in preparation. I know that's been the case. We've had players training in special chambers to try and replicate the kind of heat it's hard to find in any other part of the world, really. It's just an oddity of the draw that they've got paired together in the opening game and in this venue. I would think both countries would not want to lose. That's obviously going into the first game, but I do think that England have got players who can win the match, and maybe they've got 1 or 2 more players in that respect than Italy have. But I have huge respect for Prandelli, the Italy coach, who got Italy to the European Championship final in 2012, knocking England out on the way, but only on penalties. So it was very close then, and I think it'll be very close this time. It wouldn't surprise me if it was a draw.
2010, we saw the final of the World Cup being Spain and Netherlands. This time around, they are going to play in the group stages. How do you see that game?
Well, they'll be looking at each other and thinking, you know, we've got to play this game. Obviously, all the build-up will be about what happened in Soccer City in 2010, and it wasn't a very good game, and it had a lot of, obviously, a lot of yellow cards and a red card in it. So I think it will be about the players from this squad, although there are certainly quite a number of the players in both countries who are available for selection again. I think in a group it's different. You know, you could jockey for positions in group. When it gets to a final, you've got to win or lose, and everybody wants to win. So I hope it's a more open and entertaining game than it was when the World Cup itself was at stake.